Another trip to Funky Town, but is this trip worth going down? That rhymes, man, that rhymes. Let's dive in. Well, episode 7 is here, and this is another very fucked up episode. Let's dive into the things that I thought were noteworthy about this episode. By the way, I hope you have seen this episode, otherwise there may be some awkward spoilers that will ruin the episode for you. Just food for thought. We keep getting more and more proof that Ryan is going to leave Homelander's side and join back up with Billy Butcher for the remainder of his life, that is. And this very much excites me because I just really want Ryan to do the right thing. Homelander is a piece of shit. He's not going to be a good father, and it is becoming clear that Ryan is starting to realize that he made the wrong choice by leaving with him. I'm excited. I'm very excited by this. Obviously, the biggest thing in this episode is the fight between Butcher, Starlight, MM, The Deep, A-Train, and Black Noir. Oh my gosh, that was a lot to list. But the most satisfying part about this fight was A-Train showing up. I am so thrilled to see this finally happening. And by the way, I know people really like The Deep. I actually don't. I think he's really just quite an annoying character. He showed off right from the beginning of season 1 that he's a piece of shit, you know, with the molestation or whatever you want to call that. And the way he calls out Starlight in this episode and says, "I'm not sorry." I just, I was not, I can't stand this character. I just can't stand him. And so when Starlight brought that thing down on his head, I was like, thank God, this fucker is finally dead. But no, he is not. So I am sad once again. He just walked it off like nothing happened. Is it completely impossible to kill these superheroes? Are they all just built with like extra durability? Well, since we're talking about The Deep, who felt bad for that octopus? I'm not gonna lie, I really didn't, because that whole storyline is just bizarre. I don't want animals dying, but I am glad that that storyline is ending. But I was thinking it would have been funny if after that long period of silence, the octopus started making sounds again. That would have just been hilarious. Frenchie is back from prison, so he is already back on the team. I really thought that was very weak sauce. I did not enjoy that part. It made it seem like his whole confession and his arc of trying to redeem himself and just pay for his sins, it just got thrown out the window. I don't understand it. I don't understand why he's back. I just wish he would have stayed away, because there was something noble about his decision to turn himself in, and now that nobility is gone already. The Homelander scene with Web Weaver was disgusting, but it was also hilarious. I mean, I was trying not to get sick to my stomach, but I was also just laughing at Homelander's reaction to this because it was disgusting. The man just kept farting or sharding. Every time he sharded, web came out, and Homelander was just getting so disgusted. And just when Homelander starts getting mad, it is hilarious because he just seems like he's a ticking time bomb. Just seeing the look in Antony Starr's eyes with each one of these farts, I was just cracking up because it was just so hilarious. Obviously, he did not like this, so he got pissed and literally tore the guy right in half. That was disgusting and a new level of insanity for Homelander. Or is it? I don't even know what's insane anymore for him. Do you guys think that Firecracker is having a hard time breathing all the way up Homelander's ass? Because it seems like it would be very suffocating. This woman is becoming very, very annoying. She's that suck up at the office or at school or in the class that you just want to see fail, and eventually they will, because the suck ups become so annoying that the people that they're sucking up to are gonna get sick of them. Sister Sage is finally out of the 7. I knew something was gonna happen to her character. I actually thought she was gonna get killed. Homelander even said, "You're lucky I'm not sending you home in a bucket or a box," or I think it was something like that. And that is completely accurate because that is exactly how I thought she was going to exit the show. Her leaving alive, I am not convinced that she's actually safe. Suddenly, shapeshifting does not seem so cool because that scene of the shapeshifter, seeing what they had to do to actually look like someone else, that was vomit-inducing. I am so glad to see A-Train finally having his redemption arc and becoming a hero, because I think that there is good in him. There is clear signs that there is a human in there with feelings that just doesn't feel right about the things that he's done. And yet this all really ties back to the same thing that is holding Ashley there, and that is fear of Homelander. Homelander is so terrifying that people are literally scared to run for their lives because they're worried what he's going to do. The man has super hearing, super sight. He might find you, and that is why Ashley is so scared and why A-Train has been so hesitant to actually shed his villainous side and become the hero that he's meant to be. But now we finally have this. He's on the run. I think that he's going to come back and he's going to join the boys, and I am super excited to see that. I did find it very interesting to see just how personally hurt Homelander seemed to be when he found out that A-Train was the leak. He seemed straight up distraught about it, as though he thought he had an actual friendship with A-Train. That's very interesting because Homelander doesn't have any friends. He has people who are scared of him. One of the most tragic parts of this episode was realizing that Ashley, like A-Train, feels completely trapped in this place, and the fear that she has in her eyes. She has A-Train willing to join up with her. He might be able to protect her and save her, and yet she is still not willing to take the risk because Homelander is so scary. Seeing Ashley's fear and just, there's almost a human side to her. Yes, she has done some terrible things. She's probably no better than any of the other superheroes in the Seven. But in my opinion, most of the terrible things that she's done on the show has actually been because she is terrified of Homelander. She's doing whatever she needs to do to survive. And is that excusable? Maybe it's not. Maybe she should have just voluntarily let herself die rather than lose her morals. But that's not an easy decision to make. This was another great episode, completely fucked up, but very gory and very boysified, and that's everything that we want from the show. I am excited to see where this season is ending. I am kind of glad that season 5 is going to be the last season because I do think that we don't want to outstay our welcome, and it might already be happening. Either way, I did enjoy this episode. Did you guys like this episode? Put your thoughts on this really interesting, raunchy, gory episode in the comments. Did you like this video? If you did, then please hit the like button, and also you should think about subscribing to this channel because it's actually pretty awesome. Later.